Hey guys, welcome back to the big build. Over 16 build episodes, we're making this. Right, we are near the main goods yard station. More detailing, well, lots of grass. It's a little too high, so we do push it into the earth a little bit, the ground a little bit. Otherwise, it's a bit like when I said on the last episode and the last few episodes that when you build a spline, just don't leave it all exactly the same. So break it up a little bit so that'll be broken up into pieces later on. And if you can, lower it down in places because it just creates a different height. Nothing is uniformed, basically, so... I hear a plane outside, a very loud one. Right, yes, I see we're lowering the grass down here. Lots of clutter effects, the stones underneath already been put down as well. A little too flat here at the moment. A little higher there, yep, so keep it low in places, high in other places. Then we'll add some animated grass, just the dotted bits of animated grass here and there. We won't be using any turf effects around here, it's not suitable for this area. There we go, so we'll add a few of these things in, we'll put them into the ground a little bit in places. I've probably put a few too many in, I'll probably take a few off around there. But we just need some movement. That's what we're really looking for. Otherwise, it just becomes very static otherwise. Otherwise. That's actually... If your vehicle is moving quite fast, it doesn't matter if the item's static, you're not really going to notice it. The odd tree moving is okay. But when you're at a station, you're stationary, then it is a good idea to have a few moving objects. Grass is a good thing, it just catches your eye. If you're placing cameras down, it's a good idea to look from that camera and see what you can see from it, and just place some animated objects around it, sort of near there. So that's something else I end up doing on most episodes as well. Right, we are hiding the spline ends here, that's what we're doing, because there's gaps underneath these buildings, mostly due to the paint, so I put this grass around it. Now we need lights, because, well, you couldn't work in the dark otherwise. A couple of these old big ones in here, but then we're going to use splines mostly, it's much easier. Yeah, I think I give up. I think I go to spline at this point. I do. They're good enough, these splines, to actually belong here. It's really only when you're looking across from the track you're going to see them. But if you're in a town, you know, you would have them, so... you got to put them in. It really just comes down to if you think you're going to see that area or not. And in this town here, this factory town here, that we are pretty much near everywhere, so you have no choice but a certain level down. I'm probably not detailing this to the amount I would if we could just detail one area. You know, if we're just going along the main line, we could just look from the main line downwards. We won't actually ever come in here. We'll just detail what we can see from there. But as we're in here, we have to detail everything. Get some lights along here. The problem with lights on here is it takes away the space for actual goods on the platform. These aren't exactly big platforms. Now, it would have been nice to actually have cranes on rails as well to move them up and down, but I couldn't find any to fit here, so they're stuck in their positions, unfortunately, but it's nice to have something like that. It'd be nice if all the platforms filled up, a bit like Transport Fever. When there are goods in them, the platforms fill up. But because these platforms, I've put them on, they're not anything to do with the hidden station there. That's why it will never happen, but it'd be nice to have a mod for that. As you deliver something to it, the platform adjacent fills up with that. A bit like the passengers. It kind of does it with the passengers. Just makes it a little stagnant otherwise, which is a pity. Lots of pallets. Pallets are always dumped different places. They're a little too new, those pallets. That's the only thing I don't like. I have no idea where the rocks is. These bricks, rock things are dumped there, but why not? Yeah, just lock it down to another. It's really just to fill it up. These are very similar but different colours, so each factory has its own colour but the same truck. Yeah, I don't think that stays there. I can't remember exactly where I move it to. Especially as this bigger one's there. Oh, there we go. No, it doesn't stay there. I know where it goes, near the wall. I move it to the wall. I saw it, so I thought I'd put it in. It's a little box for electrics, isn't it? Looks like what you'd see for a phone box in the UK these days. All the phone lines go locally. Not where you actually open up and take a phone call, but you know what I mean. They're generally open and all the leads are pulled out if you live in London. Well, that's one thing you would have, is lots of cars parked everywhere. I did think about adding a narrow gauge passenger line along here as well, but I think that'd be a bit too much. I think keeping it to freight here. This isn't... There's going to be another narrow gauge railway, but that's near the coast at some point. I just thought it'd be nice to add this one in. It sort of fits into this sort of factory area, which I quite like. Now these pallets, they look better, they look knackered. Yeah, more dumped everywhere. Yeah, deliveries, yes. That's all it is. We've got a forklift to move anyway. Right, so this is Clutter. Now, normally you'd use the Clutter FX these days for placing rocks, but if you're in the air, you can't do that. So, Gravel Clutter Mesh, you can download it off the download station. Wouldn't it be nice if they had a spline version of this, but unfortunately they don't. So I don't think I show you all of it, but yeah, I put this all the way across. Just enough for you to get bored watching it. Yep, now we put some grass. We need to set heights on this to make sure they go over. I think it's a little bit too samey. That's the only thing I use the same one all the way across here, which, well, it shouldn't have done, actually. I may end up changing that at some point. Now, in a previous episode, I said that generally on a main line, it'd be kept a little bit better than this, and you wouldn't have grass on there. But if you look at the texture for the concrete there underneath the track, it doesn't look great in places. And so what the grass is doing is trying to hide that. And again, that's why I put the rocks on there. It's a little too flat. There's nothing technically wrong with it, so I'm not putting it down. It's a great texture, but it's just, you can see the seam. It's not, yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. But by adding a little bit of grass, and it does add the texture, just take it away slightly. I'm surprised I managed to grab that though. That's because I've locked it down, I think, now. That's it. Actually, there's one thing I'm trying to do with the main line here. Now, we've gone past Milton, which is brand spanking new. We went, that it goes to Newtown, which is slightly older. We get to here, we've got a very old sort of mill town. I think that's its name now, actually. It's its working title anyway, it's Milltown. And further on is the end of the main line, because after that it gets shut. But the mainline session will go on down to a different direction, but the main line itself gets shut, and the station is going to look all knackered on the next one. So that's going to be fun to make. Well, it depends if I can find the right assets for it. Then it will be fun to make, as long as I can do that. But the point being that the track has to look older and older, so I want it to look a bit more knackered down here. So I might use some rusted track on parts of this further on. I'm certainly going to put some more bushes and things in, like it just hasn't been kept. See what I mean though? It looks a bit samey. That's the only problem with that. I've used the same grass, so it looks a bit samey. What might break it up, actually, I didn't do, is add some animated grass. Maybe I'll try that. At this point, I hadn't put the cameras in, so I need to look where the cameras are. And maybe put some animated grass around those areas. And also so on a line like this at a station, you would look at the cab of the train, look ahead when you stopped, and you put the animated stuff there. And also, if you've got a camera above, you would put it where the camera's looking down at. They're the two places. Otherwise, there's no point. So if you're moving, it's not too much point putting it in. If you're going very, very slowly, it's nice to have it in. And I've put it in for just the sake of putting it in sometimes, but you don't have to. Platform lights. Good idea. Nothing special. I've not put any proper ones on. It's just a spline which you use for anything. Trying to get hold of that and not the platform. Yeah, maybe I should just lock the platform down. But I do it in the end. I go there. And well, that is the end of another one. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please press the like button. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you press that ding-dong bell button, well, I'm like a broken record. You know what it does. Cheers, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.